Hi everyone, my name is Miss Eileen and I want to welcome you to Virtual STEM Club Littles Edition, Power of the Sun. So you should have already received your Take and Make bag here at the library. It looks like this when you registered for the program, and that is going to have most of the supplies that you need to complete this project. In just a minute, I'm going to go over some extra things that you might want to grab from home to make it a little bit easier to finish your sun prints. So today, our project involves using the sun to make art. So in your Take and Make bag, you're gonna have a few sheets of different colored special paper and some random objects. And those objects we're gonna lay on the paper, and then we're gonna take our paper outside and let the sun do its job. So in just a minute, I'm gonna go over what is in your Take and Make bag, some of the items that you wanna collect from home, and then I'll show you how to set up your project for today. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, so I am going to go ahead and unpack my Take and Make bag, and everything that is in this bag you should have as well. And if you're missing anything, please let us know and we'll make sure to get you some items. So what you have in your bag is you'll have one of the big sheets of paper, and then, or maybe, no, you'll have 2 sheets of the big paper, and then you'll have one that's half sheet and one that is a quarter sheet. And what you'll notice about the paper is that there's 2 sides of it. There's a really bright side, and then there's the side that's a little bit darker and chalkier looking. And this is the side that we need to expose to the sun. So this is the side that you want to have up, the dark chalky side, not the bright colorful side, okay? And then along with the paper, the special paper, we also have a couple of popsicle sticks, some feathers, a little clothespin, and then I added a little button. Now, the thing is you can collect all sorts of other objects from your house to add to your project. You could use your favorite toys. I thought maybe, some Lego figurines or some kind of like a race car or something else might be fun to use for this project as well. You can also decide to go outside and hunt for some natural objects. So like leaves or sticks, rocks, anything that you can lay on top of your paper to make your art. So once you have figured out what types of objects you want to use to create your art, go ahead and collect them all, and then when you're ready to start your experiment, what you're going to do is you're going to take some kind of a board or a plate. Again, I'm using the lid to a storage container. You're going to take your first sheet of paper, and I would recommend doing this one at a time so you can kind of learn and see what happens as you do your experiment. So I'm going to take the first full sheet of paper, and again, I have the dark side, the chalky side facing up. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your objects and you're just going to lay them all over your sheet of paper, just like that. And some of your lighter weight objects, depending on if it's a windy day, they might need to be kind of held down by some of the heavier objects. So that is what I'm going to try for my print here today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole board outside and I'm going to leave it outside for about 10 minutes. Do not go longer than 20 minutes. If it sits outside for more than 20 minutes, it's not going to work because the sun's going to do too much damage to our paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this outside and we're going to just leave it in the sun. It has to be a sunny day, but we're going to leave it out in the sun and we're going to let the sun do its job, and then we're going to come back and see what has happened. So let's try it. So here you could see my sun print project is outside in direct sunlight. It was too windy today for my feathers, so I had to take those off. but I'm gonna leave this sitting outside for about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and bring it inside, and we're gonna take a look at it together. So as I had mentioned, it was a little bit too windy for my feathers outside, but you can see that after about 15 minutes out in the sun, you can clearly see my 2 popsicle sticks, my button, and my clothespin on this sheet of UV paper. So now that we brought our art print inside from the sun, what it's recommended to do next is to soak your sheet of paper in water and kind of wash away some of the chalkiness that's on this, and that'll just make your print that much more vibrant. Now I want you to experiment a little bit. So maybe you could do, an art print on one of your larger sheets and then dip it in water and then, take it out and let it sit for a while to dry, and then do one where you don't dip it in water and kind of see the difference between the two. What I did earlier is I did an art print earlier, and then I rinsed it underwater, and mine is currently still drying. So this is what mine is looking like during the drying process, but you can kind of see, hopefully, the outline of my button, and then I had a popsicle stick right there. So go ahead and try your nature prints a couple of different times with your different sheets of paper. If you feel like you want to try it a few extra times, you can cut down your bigger sheets of paper so that you can have more art prints to work with. But I would love for you to experiment with all sorts of different objects. And if you find a non-windy day where you can get your feathers or maybe some leaves or some other things from outside to work, that is going to be super cool looking. And ultimately, I would love for you to send me some pictures of you working on your experiment and some of your finished nature prints. We would love to see those here at the library. And don't forget that if you have any questions or need any extra help, you can feel free to contact me here at the library. All right, little scientists, I hope you are excited to work on this project, and I wish you all sorts of good luck in creating your own nature print art.